Hello, 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 hello. Is there anybody out there? Can anybody see us? If you can see us, put hashtag LIVE below. Let me see. Is it working? Are we there? Are we live? Can you see us? Are we connected? Oh, it's connecting. Hello, 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 hello. If you can see us, go ahead and type where are you dialing in from and hashtag live if you're watching live and hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. Well, I'm truly with a very special guest today, and I'm with this special guest today for so many reasons. One is her own life story is so inspiring, and she's a testament to patience, resilience, tenacity with her own self, her life circumstances, and also today for her EFT Advanced certification as well. Amita's a poet by background. Of course, she's also an IT professional as well. And she's a healer. She's a Reiki. She teaches Reiki. She's an EFT practitioner. She's also an inner child matrix practitioner. She's got many, many, many qualifications, breakthrough coaching, NLP, hypnosis. But mostly what she is a space between the spaces, is the moments between the moments, is the love between the love. She holds that space for those where they feel that nothing was possible, that there is no hope. Because she's able to cut through the clutter of the mind, and she's able to cut through the story that the mind likes to feed itself for its own safety, and come into a place of inquiry and self-inquiry for herself and self-inquiry for those who have the good fortune of connecting with Amita or working with Amita professionally. And so Amita has been on a journey for herself in her own, and if she wants to share with all of us, she can. I don't want to push her. And she's also been on a journey with EFT where now she's an advanced practitioner. Congratulations. Very, very well done, Amita. How are you feeling?
Thank you. I'm feeling really great about this. This has come as really good news after a long time. So, yes, I feel really nice about it.
Lovely. I am so pleased for you. Now tell me this. What is it that you personally got from EFT Advanced? Because it's a journey you started a while ago, but you also in full-time employment, you've got a family, you've got children, that you take care of, whether it's your dog or your daughter.
Yeah.
So tell me, what's the journey been like for you? Like, what have you got from it personally?
Okay. So, to start with, basically, when I started with EFT, it was a feeling of helplessness, feeling lost. Uh, in all aspects of life, I can say, except for finances, because financially I was secured, having a good job. Otherwise, in relationship, in health, it was like a full toss. Anything can collapse anytime. And I was really feeling helpless. I had been trying various modalities to fix the issues, and many of it worked out. But there came a point where something was like, something is missing. It always felt like a puzzle. And then when I came to it, was like one piece is missing and I'm not able to find it. Okay, and I literally remember this statement speaking to you that, can you help me find this piece? I'm not able to unlock this puzzle. And that's when you came into it, and then EFT practitioner journey. It made I was into self-inquiry with EFT. I could bridge the gap basically of what I was actually inquiring. So it is what gave my logical mind that, okay, this is what earlier it was like a monotonous something that is happening, but why I'm doing it? what is actually happening internally because of that. That awareness was not there. With EFT, it became very easy. And now even the self practice was so easy, which took maybe a day to uncover the memory and get to the root cause. It became so easy, navigating, because clearing out all the unnecessary stories, just go direct to the state where it is required to be. So
Wow,
that
that's
is
really
EFT for me.
powerful. Really powerful of you how you share that. And give us a little bit of a background about you, like what got you onto this path, this journey of self-healing and inquiry.
Okay, so at the age of 31, I was diagnosed with myasthenia gravis. It's a neuromuscular disorder. And slowly, swallowing became difficult. Speaking was another level task. So even like day-to-day activity became, I was dependent on someone else to help me, like taking bath, dressing up, and my voice had become nasal. Hardly anyone could, understand what I'm speaking. You also remember I came to you, I was having that point. And relationship issues, feeling unloved, unwanted. You name it, and I was having it. It was the condition. That was the situation then. Yeah. And that's when I actually started exploring what can really help me out. And I came across Reiki, self-help workshops, like awakening workshops, attending various spiritual workshops. The journey began slowly, and then healing my own self, my mind, looking at my own shadows, looking at my own projection, and how I, the most important thing that came into, like, if I can quote a Hindi doha here, okay, Kabir Das ji said that, बुरा जो देखन मैं चला बुरा न मिलया कोई जब मन खोजा आपना मुझसे बुरा न कोई. So it's like I was wondering, finding who is the one who is the evil outside. And then when I dive deeper into my layers of my own mind, I could find out that it's my own perceptions that's creating the reality outside. That time it was like, a shattering moment for some time, for some moment. But then a bounce back happened wherein it was like, I have the power to change it. If I am creating it, I can change it. And that's actually when, now moment by moment, I need to change at least whatever is possible. I can, I can co-create with the creator, and rest is his will. Whatever he wants, he can do.
How beautifully shared. And when you were diagnosed at 31, what were you going through emotionally and mentally?
There was looking back, I didn't know anything what was happening, because the diagnosis was like, you may not be able to pursue your regular life. Maybe after some years you can be bedridden or something like that. And it was like a total shutdown in that moment. When I look back now, after having all this therapy journey, it was a shutdown. Then there was feeling of unloved, unsupported, unwanted, and I'm not able to relate to that part of me now because of this journey. But then, yeah, sometimes I do get tears, like, it was like a full plate.
Yeah, wow.
And I, I would always talk to my Kanaji, and that is whom I believe in. And I talk to him and say, you should have told me, na, this is too much for one lifetime when I was putting in my plate. Once you should have told me. That is the kind of feeling I had in that.
Yeah, sure. And what do you feel made the biggest difference for you reaching a place of feeling more stable in yourself?
I can you tell me
What
again?
do you feel that you did or learned, or like what made the biggest difference? Was it
Yeah.
the inquiry you did on your own? Was it your spiritual journey? Was it
It
meditation?
cannot be, yeah, it cannot be pointed at one thing because it was a collective thing. Okay, sometimes when body was crying for help, so Reiki was a go-to mechanism because that in that there is no mind required, and there is a gentle calmness automatically that drives the show. So yes, it helped me in that situation. Sometimes when something really deep came up, immediate personal peace, self-inquiry, EFT, EFT Advanced, if I'm finding any shadows coming up, okay, if there is any conflict, again getting into the EFT Advanced, using some advanced technique to, getting to a neutral place in my own self. So it is all together, a collective.
So different things helped you at different time points. And do you
Yes,
feel now that you look back on it that it was a journey you were meant to embark on?
absolutely.
And if you
Yes.
had to share with all of us, what was the biggest takeaway or reason or learning in this journey, like that is very precious and special to you, what would that be?
Being nothing.
Mhm.
That's the word that is coming up right now. And I remembered the initial workshop when I was attending, and there was tremendous pain, and something inside me just said, just be. And I asked in that moment, my mind is racing to corners. And what is this just be? I'm not even aware of. But as things have evolved slowly, I have come to a place where I can just be now, just be present in the moment.
That's so beautiful to know. And there's probably other people out there with autoimmune labels where they don't feel there's much they can do based on where they are at the level of energy. What, if you had to give them any advice or tips, what would you say to them?
The only advice that I can give is if you are in that situation, you are definitely having a solution for it. So it's on you to, start finding a solution and not just wait for someone to, walk with you. Sometimes you have to walk alone as well. And definitely when you start walking, there will be people around. There will be many to just push you in the direction wherein the result that you are looking for is waiting for you. Certainly.
That's really beautifully put. Now, you've also had a chance to work with others using EFT, using EFT Advanced. Share with us some of the experiences you've had when you've shared EFT Advanced with other people.
Mhm. So one of the latest experiences that I can speak about is I won't take her name, but then she was having a generational pattern of poverty, wherein when we worked together, we found out that it's like even her mother had the same situation, and her grandmother had the same situation. Now she's having the same situation, and then her next generation, she's worried that her daughter will also have to go through with the same situation when she uncovered that this is a generational pattern. And then we could find out that there is an archetype which she which was not her own, but a carry forward from many generations. And then we worked out on that pattern. And at the end of the session, she just told me, like, I don't know how quickly it works, but then at the end of the session, she said, I got a message, 1,900 dirhams deposited in my account. How is that? I was
Beautiful.
in need of it. And I'm still surprised because this just happened this Sunday. And like, how quickly it works. When you're ready to make a shift, universe is always there to support you.
That's true. Yeah, beautifully put. Lovely example. And if you had to leave any wisdom for all of us having completed your EFT Advanced journey, what would that be?
Just be.
Now, if someone did ask the same question you asked yourself, is how can I just be? What would you say? What is just be? What is that?
Just be is like, being true to your emotions. For me, it is like whatever is coming up in the moment is coming for your own benefit. It wants to show you something that is really deep within you, and knowing that you will definitely know a part of you which you are not aware of. And it is not actually leaving anything, but an integration of all the parts that are, like, scattered as we started. It's like a puzzle, and the pieces are just scattered with every situation, people, event, in every direction. And when we learn the lessons that are associated with that, we are actually reclaiming the part of me to feel complete within myself. And when I'm feeling complete within myself, I'm just being. When there is no need to prove, when there is no need to, I mean, show up differently than what you are.
So is it a component of self-love?
Yes, absolutely. Self love, yes. Um, Choosing yourself
Yeah,
moment
beautifully
by
put.
moment.
Yeah, beautifully put. Um, and you know what now? Now that you've got this, like, what are your plans? How do you want to share EFT Advanced with other people?
For now, my first go-to is like one-on-one sessions, because that is where I feel like, when the breakthrough happens, though it is one person, but then when it happens, it's like a magic that happens, and I'm, witness and awe how things are just unfolding in that moment. So that is for first thing. Secondly, uh, I'm doing facilitator with you, so soon, group work. Then I'm also doing energy flow with you again. So energy flow practitioner. So I'm looking at amalgamation of all the techniques that I've learned, and curate a good workshop out of it, so that I can, and then, it can be also into the various um money blocks, I can say, so that, every person can afford it. If it is not affordable for everyone, the niche products, they can definitely go with the smaller ones, which can start helping them to come back to their life. So my goal is to help people to come back to life, especially the people who have left trauma.
Beautifully put. Well done. I love that. It's so specific, and EFT Advanced fits beautifully into that continuum where if you have someone who has lived trauma, of course, inner child matrix and Reiki may be your first point of call and energy flow just to regulate, but there'll come a time when you'll have to explore the sabotage patterns with them or the conflict parts, like the deeper layers that makes the person takes full ownership of what is going on in their life and puts them at choice, where there is no victim, but there is only what is.
Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, many, many congratulations. Thank you. I
Thank you.
wish you all the best, all success. May you keep flying on the wings of the angel and keep being your own client and being the therapist for other people as well. Many, many congratulations. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Pleasure. For those who joined us, bye. And if you want to be in touch with Amita, just put a me below and she'll just message you back.